Okay, so I'm Diké. I am presently the Public Information Specialist at the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Management, Ministry of National Security. We're responsible for disaster risk management for Trinidad and Tobago, and we're part of the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, the regional body. I entered the University of the West Indies in 2002, majoring in French and Spanish. It was a challenge, I must say, not really studying languages, but really from the standpoint of attending UE, because I had my mind set on other universities. However, I started UE and enjoyed it. I enjoyed primarily the literature components of the program, the Spanish literature, the French literature. I think the major selling point for me in terms of me loving languages even more was when I did the introduction to French lit, French Caribbean literature, French Caribbean novel, because I did my undergraduate thesis on a French Caribbean author, Diké, who's of Haitian origin. In terms of how language has helped me, I think languages really, foreign languages rather, they teach you about your own language. They teach you things you would have normally overlooked with your own language. For example, the use of the subjunctive. That's not something that we ideally use all the time in English, and if we do use it, there isn't as much emphasis placed on it. In terms of, I think foreign languages makes an individual more marketable, because you're more flexible, you're more versatile, you're able to adapt to different situations, different environments. I also think it opens our minds, makes us a little bit more understanding of different cultures, different points of view, because when you learn a language, you don't only just learn the language in isolation. You learn about the culture, you learn about the people, you learn about the ways of life of the different individuals that would live there, and not only the persons, for example, who are of pure French nationality, but you would have learned about the history in terms of the Guadeloupeans, the people who live in the overseas territories, etc. I think languages, it opens it increases your job opportunities. Someone who studies languages doesn't necessarily have to go into teaching, and that's a myth, because all through my 3 years studying languages, people said, "Oh, you're going to become a teacher," and I knew I hated to teach, so I knew I could not have become a teacher, so I knew I had to do something else with the languages. So languages really, they've helped me in my present career. In terms of research, in terms of being independent, in terms of being critical, being able to edit well, and has helped me now in this job, because as the Public Information Specialist, I'm in charge of media relations, corporate communications, public education, editing the newsletter, the brochures, etc. So languages, they have helped me. I would recommend languages to anyone. However, what I would suggest, instead of doing a double major like me, I would probably suggest that they corroborate the language degree with something else. For example, business, tourism, something else to make yourself even more marketable. So I would recommend it in a heartbeat.